guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally going to show you a project that we've been working on for like 6 months. Everything got kind of delayed because of COVID and it's finally done, and it was kind of an adventure just working on it all during this weird time. So I'm really excited to show you this final minimal black and white studio tour. So this project was for Jake Roque. If you've seen any of my videos before, you might have seen the one where Jake is a personal trainer and he trains me to overcome my fear of the gym. It was one of my favorite videos or projects that we've ever worked on. And so this time I'm returning the favor and I helped Jake design his studio space. There's lots of little connections with this video because another video that you may have seen is an episode on Megan Nicole's YouTube show called Adulted. And in that show, in episode 1, I helped them design a studio rental space for our friend Marissa, and the space that Jake moved into is actually that exact same space, but this time instead of designing it for basically a woman's bedroom, this time I designed it for a guy's music recording podcasting studio space. So it was really fun to be able to design the same space in a completely different way this time. So in this video you get a full before and after of the space. We'll give you a little tour and I'm just going to explain kind of the design process and everything that went into making this space what it is. And then if you head over to Jake's channel, he's going to give you a full tour of the space, including all those little details. If you're interested in more of the functional aspects of the space, or if you're just looking for ideas on how to live in a 400 square foot apartment in Los Angeles. I'll link Jake's video below, but if you're interested in hearing more of the design process, you're in the right place. Keep watching. Okay, we're here at Jake's house.
What's up? This is my home.
Just moved in today, right? Just
yes,
moved in today.
I'm moving in.
Moving in.
Currently.
This is how he's gonna live.
It's done. What do you guys think? Should we do it like it's MTV Cribs?
Yeah, okay.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to my crib, yo. I spent a lot of time putting it together.
Wow, I love the decor. So with these design videos, I normally vlog a lot more of the process of like shopping, picking things out, doing DIY projects. But we started this process, I think in January or February, thinking we would finish it up in March. And obviously this worldwide pandemic hit and we had to do the rest mostly virtually. So Jake and I would FaceTime, we would text. We did all of the shopping online, and then as things arrived to his place, he would send me pictures and then I would Photoshop some things together, make some mock-ups, and we would kind of decide together on what we wanted things to look like.
So it's not as yellowy, but it's still like wood?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I agree the black might be a lot now. Like we could kind of try to make them match the floor.
I feel like this space was really a collaboration. So Jake had a lot of preferences about what things were like functionally, and he really wanted something more minimal, black and white. So he would kind of come to me and say, I want an area for podcasting, an area for videos, an area for music recording. I want it to be super versatile. I want to just throw the bed in the corner and have it feel like a studio space. And I want to fit all of that in 400 square feet. And then I would come in and say, okay, here's a way that I think we can make that functional thing look good. So without further ado, the moment you've been waiting for, here is Jake's final studio space. Want to give us like a brief tour that's not as in-depth as the one that you will do on your channel?
This is my brief tour, but it's not as in-depth as the one on my channel. Alexa, turn off the AC. Boom, we got some perks.
Ah, nice. So one thing that Jake knew he wanted, and what we started with for this room, was a big sofa. He wanted something that was big enough for guests to sleep on, and something, you know, obviously comfortable, but still something that looked nice for videos and anytime he shoots there. I immediately went to Joybird, who is a company I love working with. They've been in lots of my videos, lots of my design projects, because they just have an awesome team. I love working with them. But the other cool thing is that almost all of their furniture can be sort of custom designed. So like you pick a type of sofa and then you can choose what fabric you want, what type of wood accents you want, things like that, and a lot of them come in a few different sizes. So I really like that you can basically just get whatever you want from Joybird, and that's why they've worked for so many of my projects. So we started with that. And then from a functional standpoint, Jake also wanted the sound to be really good in the space, obviously, because it's a recording studio. We ended up putting sound panels all over the walls to try to absorb as much sound as possible. And then he made a few DIY sound panels himself, covered them in black sheets, and hung 2 of those on the wall, and then 2 more in this divider. Okay, oh, my mask. The other thing I wanted to show them is the divider. So we wanted to make this area especially feel like its own space, because this is where Jake works and sleeps, but we wanted to feel like, you know, its own little space. Jake rents, so it needed to be something that like rolls on the ground or hangs in a temporary way. It's kind of tricky to figure out, but we settled on using a clothing rack. And then Jake has these. Did you make them, the sound panels?
Yeah, so I made these sound panels out of, I left this back open. I'm probably gonna cover it because I have more of this black stuff, but I kind of want to leave it open to show how we made it. So this is, I cut out this frame of just like a wood frame, 2x4s. I cut them in half, and then I bought a bunch of like cheap blankets and different types of cloth and stuff from the Goodwill, and then I built the frames, filled out all of that fabric on the inside. Roll this in front of the drum set when I'm playing, and it keeps a lot of the sound in this corner. I can also pull it like right over here and box this area in when I'm recording vocals too. So it's really, really sound treated in this section. I ordered some sheets on Amazon and got these little pins. So I just pulled it back super tight and just pinned it in all along the back side so that, you know, so that the front side looks super clean and put together. And then I can also use it as a black backdrop for videos, or, you know, for the podcast, if I have people sitting here, kind of just like sections off the area really well.
This was really different for me than other room designs because it needed to be so functional, and I'm really good with the design part.
And my places have only been functional before. They've never looked good.
I mean, I can do function for like a normal house, but doing a studio is different for me because I didn't, you know, I don't normally think about trying to make everything soundproof, and even just thinking about how can we get the most function out of the smallest space. So a lot of this, I feel like, would be Jake going, I need something like this, and then I would try to brainstorm ways to make that in a way that looks nice.
Right.
And then this is what happened.
Yeah.
So this is my first time actually seeing it in real life. I've only seen photos.
That's true, because you didn't even come around when I moved. Come over, or you did?
I was here only like
just right before COVID. Yeah.
So I am also a huge plant person. I love plants. I always want them in every space. I feel like they just brighten up the room, bring so much life, and so I knew right away we would want a big tree or some type of plant accent in Jake's place. And the problem is, for real plants, Jake's place is really dark. There's not a lot of windows, especially when we add in the divider and kind of move things around for shoots. There's really not a lot of natural light for a plant. So I turned to Nearly Natural, which is my favorite place for artificial plants. I have a few of them in my own place, and I've used them before in design projects because they usually look really real and they're really nice quality. They always just look really nice, and they have a good variety of nice plants. So I reached out to Nearly Natural, and they sent us a 65-inch traveler's palm. I'll link that below. And we actually have a coupon code for 15% off for Nearly Natural, so I'll put that in the description box below and you can check them out. The other nice thing about the tree is it's bendable, so it comes out of the box, you know, kind of straight up, and then you can just bend it to however you want it to make it look even more natural, which I really like about that company. So so that really added a nice touch. And then the rest of it, we kind of worked with things that Jake already had. So he had these little wooden nightstands that actually his siblings made in a woodshop class, and so he just painted those white, put them on top of an IKEA countertop, and that became a much bigger desk than what he had before. Over in the other corner, we have his instruments, his drum set, and so for his content, the idea is he could record and shoot in the couch area, the desk area, or the music area, and all 3 of those would be sort of different locations. The thing that I really felt like it needed in the end to pull it together was a giant rug. And I just knew we needed something good. I felt like it needed a subtle little bit of color, but I didn't want it to take away from sort of the minimal black and white vibe that Jake really loves. It was $185, but I've seen it on sale for cheaper since then. And it's 8 feet by 10 feet, or 8 feet by 11 feet. It was really big, basically. I felt like it was a pretty good deal for a huge rug. And it's just flat weave, which is really nice, so you can just kind of roll around on it easily.
The rug, I was just so unsure of what rug to get.
Yeah, so this was also kind of a COVID challenge, because normally it's easier to just like pick something up, test it in the room, return it if you don't want to. But everything being online, that's a lot more of a hassle. But the rug, everything was put together, and I was looking at pictures that Jake sent me, and I was like, I just really feel like it needs a rug. But it needed to be the exact right type of rug.
It did.
And I found this one. I think I just got it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's perfect.
And it ended up pulling it together. And also it just kind of breaks up the room, you know?
Right.
It just kind of divides it into its own space, so. Yeah. Other thing that we knew would really add to the space is adding some cool lighting. So we wanted smart lights of some sort that he could kind of change the colors depending on what kind of mood he was going for or what type of shoot he's doing, you know, be able to change them from light, bright, sunshine, what am I looking for? Like the just white lights, or he could add some color, make it moody, but we wanted something cheap too, and the place actually already had these open light sockets in the beams on the ceiling. So we ended up going with just some simple smart bulbs that change colors, and then Jake has it all connected to his Alexa, who can change the colors and change the mood at any time. So it's kind of cool to see it in different lighting.
Alexa, change ceiling to green. You just kind of mix it up, you know? I really do feel like getting my place right, like getting my, you know, everything in order has made everything better in my life. When this is good, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, everything else. Yeah. It really is worth like taking the time to just get it right, you know? Everything else in life goes right.
I love it.
Hire Julie to redo your place.
Yeah!
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this studio tour. I hope it gave you some ideas in case you're designing anything similar or just a little inspiration for your day. I'll link everything below, including that discount code for the Nearly Natural artificial plants and a link to the Joybird sofa. So make sure you check those out. And if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you check out Jake's channel too. And I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.